Welcome everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Brian Kelly, I'm with EVOtrain where we specialize in fitness solutions for busy people. And today we are fortunate enough to chat with Baker Harrell, who is the founder and chief activist for Active Life. So thanks again for taking the time to chat with us.
My pleasure, thanks for the opportunity.
You bet. So the mission, and I'll start talking about Active Life, and obviously I want to get some of your thoughts. But the mission for Active Life is to make healthy the norm in America, where currently unhealthy has become the norm. And obviously doing this in many different ways, but overall you're creating a social movement and helping the movement grow large enough to make health the norm in 100% of America is the overall mission.
That's our goal. It's a big goal.
It's
lofty, but we believe that the obesity epidemic that everyone's familiar with is really the symptom. It's just one symptom of a much larger crisis, and the crisis really is a crisis of culture. We have a society that favors unhealthy, that has over time made it so that it's much easier to be unhealthy than it is to be healthy. And so what we're saying with Active Life is everyone, not just fitness professionals, but everyone has the ability to, if they're so empowered, equipped, and supported, to create healthy communities. And so we're in business to give people the motivation, the inspiration, the tools, and the support to build healthier communities from the ground up.
Okay.
And not wait for the government to solve this problem for us, or corporate America even to solve the problem. We have more power than we know to not only change our lives, but to change the world around us. And that is really what Active Life is all about.
Okay, great. And I have some of the achievements to date. Numbers are probably even larger now because this is coming from your website. But over 900,000 people in 43 states have been a part of the Active Life movement. 744 schools, 135 community organizations, and more have signed up for Team Active Life. And in 2010, you had the inaugural Make the Movement Day, where you recorded over 90,000 moments of health in one day. So that's all great accomplishments. Can you talk about the different ways that you're helping to grow this movement?
Yeah, right now we're primarily working with schools and families because we found that that's really where the greatest need and opportunity is. It makes sense if you're going to look at a community and choose a place to start. Schools seem to make sense, right? So we're doing a lot of work right now with schools in equipping the schools and increasingly the students and the parents with those tools and resources that allow them to create not only a healthier way forward for themselves, but to build out a healthier community around them. And so we do that through a variety of means. We have technology solutions, we have a lot of programming, we do events, we increasingly do a lot of professional development where we're going out and training both online and in person people to become activists and advocates for health in their community in ways that they otherwise haven't been serving.
For people that want to get involved,
right.
How can they?
The easiest way, the best way is to go to our website, which is activelifehq, as in headquarters, .org. And they can sign up. It's free, it's easy, and by signing up, they're essentially joining this movement to make healthy the norm, where they're going to get information, they're going to get resources, they're going to get access to a wide array of different items that allow them to become an activist and an advocate for health in their community and their family, etc. But right now, what we're really encouraging people and places to do is go to the website, sign up, and look for this initiative that we're launching in May that is the evolution of Make the Movement Day that you referenced, called Demand Healthy Week. So based on the success of Make the Movement Day, we're taking that and expanding it out to a full week. And we're starting to use this word that we really like, which is demand. Like, don't ask for it, demand it. Demand it of yourself, demand it of your politicians, demand it of your retailers, demand health. And so it's going to be a week-long celebration of all things healthy. And we're looking at it not only being national, but international in scope. So we'll be launching that pretty soon. But right now, everyone can go to our site, sign up, and join the movement.
For 2011, talk a little bit about, so you talk about the movement week. What other big plans do you have? Or is it called movement week?
It's called Demand Healthy
Demand
Week.
Healthy Week, sorry.
Yeah.
Demand Healthy
That's
Week.
okay.
So you got that coming up in May.
Yeah.
What else you got planned? Plans for 2011?
Yeah, we've got big plans for 2011. So we're at the end of May. We're going to be launching this statewide initiative called It's Time, and the whole idea is that it's time to make healthy the norm. We can't wait because we're increasingly running out of time to course correct, right? So in late May, we're going to launch the It's Time initiative at the It's Time Summit in Austin. You'll hear a lot about this. We haven't broadcast this yet because it's still being developed.
Okay.
But late May, look for the It's Time Summit. We're also going to be working with the Texas Education Agency on the nation's first coordinated school health summit. So we're going to look at doing that in early August of 2011, where we bring together stakeholders from across the country who are engaged in coordinated school health. So essentially creating these communities of health around schools. And we've been tasked with developing this event for a national audience in early August.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we're excited about that.
Yeah.
So lots of things.
Lots of things going on.
Yeah, I could go on and on about the different programs and initiatives that we have, but those are some big ones.
So some really cool things going on,
Yeah.
and obviously this is keeping you very busy
Right.
as the founder and chief activist here at Active Life. And
Yeah.
one other thing that I wanted to point out, just to focus on the fact that you're extremely busy, you're also working on your PhD over at University of Texas. So you got all these things going on. But of course you have to lead by example in this
Right.
active life movement. So now I want to talk about you and how you are able to live a healthy and active lifestyle with all your the demands that you have. Let's start with fitness. So in your average week, how do you fit in fitness?
Well, I make it a priority. I'm not only in the business of promoting health and fitness. For me, fitness is a real key aspect of who I am as an individual. It's not a means to an end. It's part of my identity. And I had to learn that the hard way because I was overweight as a child.
Okay.
And so when I made that switch, it became forever a part of my life. So I prioritize it. When I'm looking at scheduling out my week, I think through when I'm going to work out. And if I miss a day, I don't beat myself up because I know that it's not, again, a means to an end. It's part of a journey, right? And so I know that I will make it up, so to speak, because I prioritize it in everything I do. But I typically look at my week and I work off of the calendar. And I think about, at the beginning of each week or before each week starts, where I'm going to fit it in. Right? And for me, it's typically either working out at home on I've got a home gym that I've set up. Again, I prioritize it in my life. That room would probably be used for something else had it not been a priority. So I have home exercise equipment, cardio equipment, and weights. And so I'll typically do between an hour or an hour and a half every day. And then I try to run about 3 to 4 days a week. Run with my girlfriend, so that's a great time for us to spend time together. I don't have a lot of time to spend with her, unfortunately. So that's one thing that we get to do together, and we just really enjoy that time together, being healthy, being active, and growing closer in that time together. And then when the weather turns like it is today, I'll get back on my bike. I like to cycle. I was a competitive triathlete for several years, and so I still like to run and cycle. Don't get to swim like I would like to, but again, it all comes back to making it a priority and not seeing it as simply a means to an end. It's not for me about losing weight, although it can be, right? It really is a lifestyle, and so for that reason, I build it into my lifestyle.
So now let's talk about the other half, and maybe even almost more important, nutrition.
Right.
How do you eat on a daily basis being so busy? You can start with meals, but also want to get into snacks and even beverages.
Yeah. I try to drink a lot of water throughout the day. I'm always being conscious of carrying water with me whenever I'm traveling or going into a meeting. It's a practice for us here at Active Life to always offer water when people arrive, which is what I did for you guys. So water is, I would say, number one for me. So staying hydrated is really critical. I mean, mental acuity, everything. I find that being hydrated is really a top priority for me in terms of my nutrition. And then I guess beneath that would be fruits and vegetables. I really try to ensure that I'm eating enough fruits and vegetables every day. I try to eat 3 meals a day with snacks in between, and that could be a nutritional bar or fruits and vegetables that I'm snacking on. But I try to stay consistent with that 3 meal a day routine with healthy snacking in between and lots of water intake.
What is your favorite healthy eat-out spots here in Austin?
Oh, there's so many good ones. And that's one of the things that's so great about being in Austin. But I love Zen. I really love Zen. It's essentially a fast Japanese food concept. They've got them all over town. But the guy behind that, really smart young entrepreneur who, like us, really cares about health and fitness and about building healthy communities. And so I love Zen. I think Zen is a great place, very affordable, very healthy food. But there are a variety of them, but I think Zen is probably my go-to spot.
I'll have to check it out. I haven't been there yet.
Yeah.
Last question for you. So it's New Year's resolution time. What is your strategy or advice for people that are starting New Year's resolutions for sticking to them throughout 2011?
I'd go back to what I said earlier. Don't make it a resolution as much as a commitment to a way of life. For me, it is a way of life. It is not a means to an end. It's not about fitting into a certain pair of pants. It's not about weighing a certain amount on the scale. I understand that those are motivators, and I get that. But at the end of the day, if it's not a way of life, if it's not a commitment to a way of life and seeing it as a way of life for the rest of your life, then I think that you'll end up in a situation where you just do the traditional American, yo-yo. And so for me, again, it is learn through experience that when I committed to it as a way of life and not about competing in a race or looking a certain way in the mirror, I always found that I was far more successful at maintaining either that weight loss or that goal that I had set. And so for me, it is all about way of life.
Awesome. Well, great advice. And again, thank you so much for joining us and chatting with us how you are able to live a active and fit lifestyle given your busy demands.
Thanks. I appreciate the opportunity.